Hi everybody, this is Penny Smith and I am the Quakey Queen. My channel here is for people to learn about essential tremors, people who have them, maybe your loved one has them and you just want to get an idea of what it does to them or how it affects their lives. Mine is a lot different than other people's. Nobody has the same kind of set of tremors, but I started this channel just as a way for me to tell people about my journey and also to give other people a place to express their journey as well. So what I'm going to do first is take off my crown because it's beautiful, but it's heavy. The second thing is just to give you a little background. Essential tremors is a neurological disorder. It's not caused by a tumor or brain damage or anything. They think it's how one part of your brain talks to the other part of the brain, or how it regulates how your cerebellar activity, which is what kind of helps control your movement and your motor skills. It doesn't communicate correctly, so it won't stop movement and you end up getting tremors. Everybody has a different set. I have a constant jaw tremor. I have tremors in my hands. I have tremors in my legs, and don't have like any bad like head tremor like this. Other people might have a shaky head tremor. They might have a voice tremor. Their tremors, mine are mostly when I'm moving, again, except for my jaw, which is constant. But there are other people that their tremors are so bad they are at rest. So even if they're not moving, they have a constant tremor. So everybody can have a different degree. Some people have them equally on both sides. Some people have them just on one side, and some people have one worse than the other, which is how mine is. My left side is worse than my right side. So I thought I would go through some of the things that happen when I have tremors and I don't take my medicine, which doesn't happen very often. Once in a blue moon, I might forget it. But last night, I did not take it for the purpose of the video. It's not a medication that builds up over time. Once I take it at night, it makes me a little loopy. That's why I take it at night. But when I get up the next morning, I'm fine. My tremors are controlled. But as the evening goes on, sometimes they get a little worse before I take my next dose of medicine. So that was the premise for doing the video. Again, I wanted to not take it, show you what it's like when I don't have it. So first of all, Shelby and I were talking the other night about going to give up our titles at Universe United Miss in July, and I said I'm going to have to hire somebody to put on my eyelashes because I can't do it even with the medication. So I'm going to show you, if I tried to put an eyelash on this eye, it's a little shaky, but it's a little too much for me to put them on. This one, I would not be able to put an eyelash on, and it would probably put my eye out. If I scratch my eye with my left eye, like if I reach up to scratch it, or I reach up to put makeup on, you know how you're supposed to pat your foundation and your concealer in, and it will shake way more. This side is a lot better. If I try to scratch this eye, it's not bad. I can feel a little bit of a tremor, but I can get makeup on with this one. With my medication in my system, I use my right hand to put my makeup on because I'm right-handed, and I get it on just fine. But eyelashes are still out of the question, even with my medicine. Something else. Putting on lipstick. So this is what would happen. Most of the time I can get it on okay with my right hand, and I don't have much of a shake. But I have a little bit of one. Now, if I tried to do it with my left hand, and trying to put it back in the bottle is funny. So again, makeup with my right hand. Something else, if I want to drink from a glass. I've got the glass right here, and I'm not shaking too much, but if I try to bring it up to my lips, it shakes a little bit. When I take my medicine, I don't have a problem with the right one, taking a glass. Now, if I have this one, it shakes, and then it also causes my right hand to shake at the same time when I grip the glass. And then if I try to drink, it's not happening. So I drink with my right hand too. that was one of the tests the doctor did too. When he was checking me over, he had me pour water from one cup to another, and you could see the difference in the tremors from my right hand to my left hand. If I try to pull apart pages in a book or pick up a napkin out of a whole stack, my thumb won't get in there, and then like if I try to pinch something, it's hard. I can't pinch anything and pick it up with this hand because it tremors too much. I can do it more with this hand when I'm medicated. This one is not too bad today without the medicine. Going downstairs, because I have tremors in my legs, going downstairs or going down off of a step, off of a sidewalk onto, or off of a curb onto the street. If most people can do this and this and this, my legs go dun 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 when I step down. When I step up, I'm okay. But when I step down, it's like a ratcheting kind of feeling or a shaky feeling where my legs shake as I go down the steps. If I bend my knees or bend down to pick up something and bend my knees, my legs will shake a lot, even with my medicine. It does also affect my balance. So putting on clothes, standing up, you know how people just kind of pull up their pants or they step into their pants and put them on. I can't do that. I have to sit down, because if not, I'm going to end up flat on my face with a broken nose. I am okay with putting tops on. That's a lot easier, but it's just the balance issue with the legs. I don't stand up to put my shoes on, except for my Skechers slip-ons. But all my other shoes, I have to actually sit down and put them on. Let's see, jaw tremor. The jaw tremor is constant. So you know how sometimes if you got something on the inside of your mouth and it's bothering you, kind of try to chew it off with your teeth. I cannot do that anymore because I will bite the inside of my mouth because my teeth chatter too much. And that's with me trying to close my teeth without medicine. When I'm with medicine, it's a lot less pronounced and I don't feel it as bad. When I lay down at night, I can hear the tremoring if I don't clench my teeth, and I try not to do that when I'm trying to sleep. I can't, I can hear my jaw tremor. And so I also have a ringing in my ears because I had COVID in 2021 and it left me with permanent ringing in my ears. And so that and the tremoring is like the unwanted symphony at night when I'm trying to go to sleep. So I do turn on a noisemaker. My Alexa plays brown noise or plays white noise to help drown it out. But I can hear my jaw tremor at night. Taking off the gas cap on the car if tremors are doing bad. I have a hard time setting it in the little holder. Filling up my pill reminder because now I take medication for this. I also have depression and anxiety, so I take medicine for that. And I've had a low thyroid since I was in nursing school, so I take some medicine for that, plus a vitamin, you know, the old lady stuff you're supposed to. And I have a fabulous old lady pill reminder that has all my little daily things in it. And filling that up at night when my medicine's starting to wear off is just not recommended. I'll have pills everywhere, drop them in the wrong place. So I have to make sure I do that in the morning when I'm filling up my 7 days like a good old lady should. But I will definitely have problems if I try to do it at night. Cooking, I tend to be just fine because I do most everything with my right hand. I have dropped a glass once or twice doing the dishes because I grabbed it with my left hand and tried to put it in the dishwasher, and of course it slipped out of my hand. I do have, like I said, random muscle twitches everywhere. Like one day I'll have one here that happens all day, but just randomly during the day. And then it'll be in my leg. And then I've had one in my jaw, and I've had one on the side of my face, or maybe I have one that happens on my forearm right here. They tend to be in the same places, but they're just really random. And I don't know if it's related to this or not, but they didn't start until I started having the tremors. It does affect my ability. I'm looking at my notes right here. It does affect my ability to do my crafts when I don't have my medicine in my system. But I do very well using my right hand to do things because I do things like sewing and I rhinestone things and I put decals on stuff. I make keychains. I do all kinds of stuff like that. And I don't want to give up my side business or my crafting, because that's something I enjoy very much. So I'm glad the medication controls that really well, but without it, I would not be able to do almost any of those things at all. Sewing maybe, but I would still have a hard time pinning things or doing any kind of detailed sewing. So I'm very, very glad my medication works as well as it does. Just random kind of things that go throughout the day. Like this morning when I got to work, because I didn't have my medicine, I was using my mouse on my mouse pad, and I was overshooting things on the screen because I was having tremors in my right hand. So it made it difficult to kind of stay where it was. And I had an internal tremor too. So I kind of felt like my whole body was shaking, and it wasn't my anxiety, because that's very well controlled. Like I said in my original journey to how I got my diagnosis and the doctors. But it does give me a little bit of an internal tremor when I don't take my medicine as well in the morning. It tends to, for some reason, wear off a little bit during the day. But that's about it. I hope my tremors won't get much worse, but I know they will progress over time. I've already had to up my medication one time since November because they did increase, and the medication wasn't controlling them well enough. So I know over time I'm going to have to maybe try different medicines or up my dosage. I hope it never gets bad enough to where I need like a deep brain stimulator, to like they have with Parkinson's patients. They have people with severe essential tremors that have also gotten a deep brain stimulator, and it has actually worked really well. There's a couple of really great videos out there on YouTube about that. But I hope it never gets that bad. But I know it will get worse over time. So I'm just going to enjoy everything while I can right now, and take my medicine like a good girl, and not poke my eye out, not trip and fall, and laugh at myself when things happen because of my tremors, because it's frustrating, but I just have to laugh at it because things could be a whole lot worse. So I just roll with it basically. So that's it. If you have any questions about what happens with tremors, you're welcome to put them in the comments below. If you like my videos and you want to see more content about essential tremor disorders, please subscribe and like and share my channel. I'm hoping that I'm not expecting to get like monetized or anything like that. That's not my purpose. This is just to kind of be a safe place for me to express myself about my disorder, and to let other people do that too. So until my next video, I am Penny Smith, and I am your Quakey Queen, and take care. See you soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.